poverty in the country has been cut in half from 16.7% in 2021 to 8.2%. Now, when it was the other way, when poverty jumped up to the 16% because of the COVID pandemic, that was in every paper. That was the talk. Even though we had the pandemic, nobody cared about that. Government was blamed for it. Now, poverty is down. And there would be an attempt to say the figures are not real. It's not the government do it. People still are suffer. Now, yes, this data is not saying that we have eliminated poverty in Jamaica. That's not what it is saying. What the data is saying is that there is established a consumption threshold in Jamaica, a minimum level of consumption based upon science. Your caloric intake that you need to survive. So there's a food basket that you need to consume, minimum utilities that you would need, water, light involved, and social services, health, education, and so forth. That comprises a basket of consumption and a minimum expenditure on that for every Jamaican person. But that minimum figure, which forms what you call the absolute poverty line, in 2021, when we measured it, 16.7% of the adult population fell below that line. When we measured it in 2023, only 8% fell below that line. So yes, there are still persons who are poor, relatively poor, but we can take pride as a country that we have been able to have the number of persons who would be considered absolutely poor in Jamaica. That's an achievement that every PNP, every PIP, every NOP, and every JLP should be proud of, because that's a national achievement. And if we continue with the fiscal discipline, proper management of the economy, it is quite possible that we could, in our lifetime, eliminate absolute poverty in Jamaica. Quite possible. It is not rocket science to do it. So if the measurement, for example, has in a factor to deal with access to water, and we, as we are doing now, provide persons with an amnesty who couldn't get water before because of their bill, and we make it easier for them to reconnect, we make it easier for them to get back water, what do you think will happen to poverty when they go into the field and ask questions? That element of the basket will go down. The same thing. If we reduce the GCT on electricity, if we help people to connect using prepaid electricity and more people have access, formal access to electricity, what do you think is going to happen to poverty? If we increase the benefits under the PATH program and we make sure that the PATH program's benefit is not just increased but properly targeted, that people who should be on it get on it, what do you think is going to happen to poverty? Yes, that's how you deal with poverty. This is something that we should all as a country get behind. Let us eliminate absolute poverty from our country.